OG to RHOBH. In the event that Kyle Richards finally gets a divorce from Mauricio Umansky, she is going to receive a substantial compensation. Despite having been married for close to 30 years, the couple divorced in the year 2023. Now that the amount that he would be required to pay to Kyle has been disclosed, it happens to be quite a sizable sum. Continue reading for further information. Kyle Richards is going to receive a huge settlement from his divorce at the time of their marriage. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky did not have an enormous amount of fortune. Due to the fact that she was a single mother, they led a fairly traditional lifestyle. Following that, the pair ultimately decided to enroll in a real estate school, and Mauricio eventually joined Rick Hilton's company. That being said, he took a bold step when he established his very own real estate agency, which he properly dubbed The Agency. Subsequently, he established more than 130 offices in excess of 13 countries. Prior to joining Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle, who had previously worked as a child actor, continued to appear in guest roles. Unfortunately, in 2023, after they had helped raise 4 children together, their marriage ended in divorce. The fact that she was there from the beginning of Mauricio's career is a good sign for Kyle, especially considering that they were married at the time that he brought the agency into being. His net worth is over $58 billion, whereas she has millions of dollars to her name as a result of her many business endeavors. An attorney named Jamie E. Wright, who is situated in Los Angeles, divulged the following information regarding the potential benefits that Kyle could obtain. The stakes are sky high. Despite the fact that Mauricio played a leading role in the establishment of the agency, the fact that it was established during the marriage automatically makes the business property that belongs to both partners in accordance with the laws of the state of California. The fact that Kyle signed the initial contracts may be interpreted as a hint that she was a co-owner of the agency or that she contributed to the creation of the company. She went on to explain that with such a significant amount of money at stake, it would be reasonable for couples to delay any applications that they may have otherwise made. Another problem is that it does not appear that the couple from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had a prenuptial agreement. There is a correlation between the length of time that Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were married and the amount of money that she will receive. With that being said, it is possible that her public persona played a role in the success of Mauricio and the attractiveness of the agency. Problems with money: this is not the case for Mauricio Umansky, despite the fact that the original RHOBH appears to have a clean slate with regard to his financial situation. Because of a PPP loan that he had received, he was in legal trouble, and in addition, there were multiple liens placed on his property because of unpaid taxes. Because of this, it is quite likely that this will need to be resolved before any assets can be divided. Currently, the pair has a net worth of $100 million, but that number is expected to soar as a result of the agency. After nearly 2 years, fans have been waiting for Kyle to decide whether or not to file for divorce. However, this has not yet occurred. Despite this, they have continued to meet together for holidays and other gatherings that involve their children. However, it appears that they have both moved on with their lives, since Kyle has been seen with Morgan Wade, a country singer. Since the breakup, Mauricio has been involved in a few romantic relationships and liaisons, but none of them have appeared to be serious as of yet. Do you find it surprising that Kyle could obtain such a large amount of money? And do you believe that her participation on RHOBH has been advantageous in the long run? When Kyle Richards first stepped into the spotlight as one of the original cast members of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, most fans knew her as the charismatic younger sister of Kathy Hilton and the outspoken wife of luxury real estate broker Mauricio Umansky. For over a decade, the two embodied what many believe to be the gold standard of a Bravo marriage: glamorous, wealthy, playful, and resilient. But beneath the designer handbags, Beverly Hills mansions, and lavish vacations, their fairy tale was slowly unraveling. Now, as whispers of divorce turn into legal action, reports suggest Kyle could walk away with one of the biggest payouts in Housewives history. For years, the Richards-Umansky brand was untouchable. Mauricio's real estate empire, the agency, exploded into a multi-million-dollar powerhouse, expanding across the globe, and Kyle's ventures, from acting roles in fashion lines to her Netflix series and tequila brand, brought in even more revenue. Together, they built a fortune estimated well into the tens of millions, with homes in California, Colorado, and Mexico, plus hefty investments and business partnerships that only deepen their financial ties. But according to insiders, those same assets are now at the center of divorce negotiations that could leave Kyle with a staggering payout. The small cracks in their marriage began to show subtly. Kyle's storyline shifted during recent seasons from happy wife and devoted mother to someone stuck between defending her privacy and bursting at the seams with unspoken truths. Rumors about emotional distance, lifestyle changes, and personal transformation began circulating. Her sudden shift in appearance, fitness routine, and social circle only added fuel to speculation. Then the bomb dropped. The separation was real, and divorce was reportedly imminent. Mauricio's financial success has never been a secret. The agency closed billion-dollar deals, brokered homes for Hollywood elites, and even made its way into Netflix with buying Beverly Hills, giving viewers a front-row seat to Mauricio as a mogul. Under California's community property law, Kyle is potentially entitled to half of everything acquired during their marriage, whether she was directly involved in the business or not. This is where the numbers get eye-opening. Industry insiders estimate that if Mauricio's net worth sits between $50 and $100 million, Kyle could legally claim a significant portion. Add in residuals, real estate properties, equity agreements, and long-term business investments, and her payout could rival some of the biggest Hollywood divorce settlements. Unlike many celebrity splits, Kyle isn't fighting for relevance or a share in her husband's brand. She already has her own empire, and the court is likely to recognize her contributions, both publicly and behind the scenes, in helping build the agency into the juggernaut it is today. So how does a Bravo star handle the end of a decades-long marriage while protecting her brand, storyline, and dignity? If Kyle is known for anything, it's strategy. While many reality stars implode under the pressure of public scandal, she has consistently taken control of her narrative. From past cast feuds to family drama, Kyle chooses silence until it benefits her to speak. With the divorce, the same appears to be true. Every move, from what she posts on social media to who she is seen with, seems calculated not to destroy a legacy, but to preserve one. The shift in her priorities has been clear. She has spent more time traveling, surrounding herself with new friendships, exploring personal passions, and focusing intensely on fitness and self-reinvention. Her separation has not pulled her off camera. Instead, it has given Bravo exactly what they crave: vulnerability, reinvention, and drama wrapped in designer labels. For a longtime housewife, this could be the storyline that elevates her again in a cast full of shifting power dynamics. But behind every headline speculating romance, foods, or fashion choices is the real story. Kyle Richards is about to become richer than ever. Even if the divorce is amicable, the settlement will likely secure her lifestyle for decades. Her home equity, brand partnerships, and TV earnings only add to the pot. Some experts predict she could walk away with ownership stakes in multiple agency ventures, depending on how assets were structured. And since Kyle has continued working throughout her marriage, her earnings remain fully her own beyond shared marital funds. The public narrative around celebrity divorces often paints them as tragedies, but for some women, they become reinventions. Think of Bethany Frankel, who left a marriage and turned it into a business empire. Think of Lisa Hochstein, who was compensated massively for her years as wife and business partner in RHOM. Now, Kyle is poised to join that list, not as a victim of betrayal, but as a woman leveraging 2 decades of marriage into financial independence and continued relevance. The power dynamic between Kyle and Mauricio has also shifted dramatically. While he was once the family's financial driver, Kyle's success has evolved into something far greater than Housewives fame. Her producing partnerships, Hollywood connections, and career longevity mean she is no longer simply married to a wealthy man. She is a wealthy woman with her own influence. This changes negotiations and public perception significantly. The biggest unknown is whether the divorce becomes contentious or cooperative. Mauricio has always spoken respectfully about Kyle, even during difficult interviews. Kyle has done the same. If they decide to avoid a public courtroom brawl, mediation could lead to a smooth settlement, albeit one with huge financial consequences. But if disagreements grow over property or royalties, the courtroom could reveal every hidden corner of their empire. Either way, the cameras will be rolling. Season after season, Bravo has proven that nothing guarantees ratings like divorce. What began as rumor has now transitioned into legal reality, and Kyle's next chapter just became the most valuable storyline of her career. Fans won't look away, not just because they are curious about who she dates or how she heals, but because this divorce marks the end of a Bravo era. Kyle Richards, once the traditional wife on reality TV, now stands at the center of one of the most powerful financial shifts Real Housewives has ever seen. The world met Kyle as a wife and loyal matriarch. Soon, they may know her as something else entirely, one of the richest, most independent women in the Real Housewives universe. And if this divorce payout unfolds the way insiders predict, Kyle Richards may walk out of the marriage not just emotionally free, but financially unstoppable. No matter how fans interpret her choices, one truth is certain: this isn't just the end of a love story. It's the beginning of a legacy she now owns entirely.